Yeah, I'm definitely not done with that 2027 theory.
It'll be that ancient astronauts might not be creatures from other planets at all, but time travelers from 2720.
That video was on the History Channel, released about a month ago, stated humans from the future. But the way that he said 2720, that don't sound right. See, I'm a cinematographer and editor. That's me in the chair. And so when I heard him say 2720, the way he said that, there's something interesting about the way the dialogue hits that is not fluid and definitely cut.
From 2720.
So what made me think about that was 2720, 20, he ended on an upswing. Normally you won't. Normally you'd say 2720, 20. You would come down with your vocals. So if that's the case, did the editor try to hide something for some reason on the History Channel? Because when you flip it, 2027, 7, he's coming down on that 27. Interesting, but this is gonna get a hell of a lot deeper, so pay attention.
I hear something terrifying.
I'm in 2027.
2027.
2027.
2027. Certainly something going to happen in 2027, and I don't know what it is. It's a pole reversal. Some people say it's an asteroid hitting the planet. Some people say it's AI. What I am aware of is that everybody's telling me we're on borrowed time.
And the interesting thing is what is this 2027, right? Like, the fact that we have the technology to look into the future. Dylan, you're crazy. No, the US government literally just stated the other day that we have AI technology in the White House that can predict future events. That being said, we also have people called remote viewers. This goes all the way back to ancient Egypt, and the CIA didn't believe it until after Russia started stealing technology from us, and we had no idea how they were getting it, and they found out that remote viewers are a thing. Don't believe me? Go look it up. That being said, now what's really, really interesting is Steven Spielberg.
The optimistic thing I feel about these things that we're seeing in the skies, or the Army and Navy and Air Force are recording on their gun cameras, is that what if they're not from an advanced civilization 300 million light years from here, but what if it's us 500,000 years into the future?
What was Steven talking about there? You see, Steven Spielberg worked on a Close Encounters of the Third Kind once upon a time. And during that, he also worked with a man called J. Allen Hynek, who was on the CIA's UFO program. And they actually got into an argument on set where Steven was talking specifically, he wanted them to be aliens, and J. Allen Hynek said, no, they're people from the future. They got into an argument. Steven won because essentially he wanted to be a blockbuster hit. Well, what's interesting is after that, shortly after that, we ended up getting a bunch of other movies where Steven Spielberg started referencing things from the future, like Back to the Future. Very interesting in doing that. But before releasing Close Encounters of the Third Kind, he got a 20-page paper written to him by NASA saying this movie's a bad idea. So at this point, I was intrigued, and I had to go back to the original video that started this one in the History Channel video and watch the rest of that film, and then it stopped me in my tracks when I heard this.
He was not an alien. What he revealed was something even more shocking.
This insectoid alien, J-Rod, said that he had actually come from our future, and that at some time in the near future to us, there is a catastrophe on this planet, and much of mankind is destroyed, and that mankind splits into 2 different species. And one of these species goes and lives underground, and while underground, they develop these insectoid traits.
Yeah, you're starting to lose me, Dylan. Don't believe the History Channel. Humanoid, ant, creature, UFO things. Well, according to George Knapp, yeah. You see, on Area 52, like a week ago, George Knapp had this little beauty, and I was really confused, and now I'm like, whoa.
But it's the mantises that seem to be calling the shots. So I put up fences to keep people and animals and danger away from those mantises. And it's part of it is because I just think they're little fascinating creatures. They're amazing. And then as I'm going through UFO research, I learned that about these mantid beings. And I figured, well, it doesn't help to be in good with the mantises. When the 8-foot tall ones land, maybe they put in a good word in with our new mantis overlords. I'm only partially joking about that. But
Only partially joking? What event is going to take place in 2027? What are they hiding from us? That's what I want to know. Are aliens, us from the future, coming back to literally just stop us from hurting ourselves in nuclear war, or maybe a cataclysmic event like a pole shift or massive meteorites? Like, what is going to happen in 2027 that puts us on borrowed time? What do you personally think? Let me know in the comment section. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and let me know your thoughts on what you think is coming in 2027. Let's get the information out there. Let's figure it out. We'll see you next time.